Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 8th of February. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Alcan, Tyro Payments, Drone Shield, Metals Tech and South 32. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best stock tips come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So ensure you are getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management. So if you'd like my personal help with your share portfolio, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. It's got a weekly chart here of Alcan. As we can see, it's still got that downtrend to it. Most recently, it's come back to test that recent low, so we could see that it seems to be a bit of a support level for it. But it is pretty weak, like especially recent price action. It is looking pretty weak on the way down. So there's no buy signal yet, just because it's near support. I mean, we need to see some sort of really solid bounce from here, and even then, it's still a high risk buy because that wouldn't make the downtrend over. So still just be cautious around this one. Tyro, so again, if we just look at the weekly chart, price action still weak, it's still drifting lower. But look, in the short term, there's a little bit of upside potentially. So if I move to the daily, we could see here there's a sort of a resistance level around this sort of region, and it is consolidating under that. So I'd be looking for an upside break if it were to occur. So if you get a break above this line, then you might get a rally up towards here. And of course, it has been making lower highs. So even if it breaks above there at the moment, it looks like the odds are it'll turn around up here and head lower. So potentially a short-term trade, but longer term it is still looking pretty weak. Okay, Drone Shield. I mean, if we start off with the weekly chart, I mean, we could see that we've had this sort of test of this sort of resistance level, and then an upside break with volume. So there was a buy signal recently, but clearly it's run pretty hard. You can't sort of chase it up here. I mean, where do you keep your stops? So I think for something that you're already in, I'd be looking to perhaps trim back on strength and just keep running a trailing stop, see how much of the move you can capture. But I think for a buy signal, you need some sort of consolidation. It needs to head sideways or pull back or use up some time before you get a reliable buy signal again. Okay, Metals Tech. So as we could see on this daily chart, it's not the most liquid stock, not much volume going through it, so that can be quite high risk. It can move around quite a lot and potentially against you. If we move to the weekly chart, and even here we could see that essentially in terms of here and here, anytime it rallies, gets sold down, rallied, sold down. So that's not a great sign, and it sort of indicates it may well just continue on with this downtrend again. Okay, finally South 32. So obviously we've got this movement lower here, but what's interesting in the recent price action is it's made a higher high. So we've got this high has taken out this one, and then that looks like a pretty solid bounce. So we've also got a higher low. So essentially an indication that this downtrend is over. I wouldn't say it's in an uptrend yet, but it does look like it may well form a base. I mean, if we look at the daily chart, it looks like it's going to form a base in preparation of a move higher. This $3.60 level seems to be a bit of a level for it, so it looks like it'll head sideways under this line. And then I think if you get a close above 360, then that would be the first indication that you're starting a new uptrend. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and I'll try to cover it next Thursday for you.